Hi, welcome to Spec Hunter. This is the Osmo 360. It's DJI's first ever 360 camera. The footage you're watching now is recorded using this camera. The sharpness and noise reduction are both set to -2. If you like more noise reduction, you can set it to +1. You can also add sharpening during editing to get a different result. It gives you full control over how your video looks. In low light, the performance is also impressive. Here's a low light test in super night mode using Osmo 360 for comparison. Here's Insta360X5 in its pure video mode. You can clearly see the difference. The Osmo 360 is shorter but a bit wider than the X5. Still, it feels lighter. The real magic of this camera is in its sensor. Most 360 cameras use a rectangular sensor even though their lenses capture a circular image. This leads to wasted space on the sensor. But DJI went for a square sensor, which makes a lot more sense. It wastes fewer pixels. The sensor is 4000 by 4000 pixels. The pixel size is also bigger than X5. This helps the camera capture more light, more detail, and more dynamic range. DJI claims the Osmo 360 has 13.5 stops of dynamic range. That's pretty impressive for a camera like this. In its highest resolution setting, the Osmo 360 records in 8000 at 50 frames per second. The X5 can only go up to 30 frames per second. The higher frame rate helps create smooth, slow-motion video. In low light, Insta360 doesn't let you control ISO or shutter speed. You can't make any adjustments. But with Osmo 360, you can change ISO, shutter speed, sharpness, and noise reduction. It gives you more creative freedom. Another helpful feature is the internal storage. If you remove the memory card, the camera keeps working. You can just switch to internal storage. It gives you 105 gigabytes of space. That's enough for about 1 hour and 24 minutes of 8050 FPS video. That's very useful. It also supports 10-bit color. And not just standard 10-bit. You can choose D-Log 10-bit too. 10-bit gives you over 1 billion colors. D-Log records flat video so you can color grade it later. X5 only offers 8-bit recording and doesn't have any log mode in high resolution. You might wonder how this affects overheating in 8K at 30 Fs. With a high bitrate, the X5 overheats in 33 minutes and shuts down. Osmo 360 keeps going. It records for 86 minutes and 57 seconds, then shuts down only because the battery runs out. That's a big improvement. And it charges faster too. Osmo 360 reaches 80% in 23 minutes. It goes to 100% in just 43 minutes. A full charge takes only 1 hour and 1 minute. Design-wise, it's clever. You can place it on its base, on the top, or on the side. It's a bit wobbly but manageable. The X5 rolls around when placed on its side, and it's easy to damage the lenses. The Osmo 360 lets you remove the memory card without turning the camera off. You just open the side panel and pull it out. With X5, you have to remove the battery first to reach the card. Another smart move is the battery. DJI use the same battery as its Osmo action cameras. That means you can swap batteries between different DJI devices. On the bottom, you get a tripod mount and a magnetic base. The bottom is also magnetized, so it's easy to mount and move around. The lens is replaceable, but there's a catch. The sharpness drops quickly when you move away from the center. If you scratch the lens but the camera still works, DJI will offer you a lens replacement for a good price. You can check their site for details. One strange thing about Insta360 is that the screen turns off when you connect the app. It says it's saving power, but even if it's plugged in, the screen stays off. On the Osmo 360, the screen only turns off in playback mode. When you switch to record mode, the screen comes back on. This is helpful, especially when you want to change settings like sharpness directly from the camera. If you want to change sharpness on Insta360, you have to disconnect the app, go back to the camera, and dig through the menus. Osmo 360 makes it much easier. You can adjust all manual settings and see everything: exposure, white balance, ISO right on the screen. These values stay visible even while recording. On Insta360, everything disappears once you start recording. There's no way to double-check. Osmo 360 also shows a histogram and overexposure alert on the app. You can move the histogram wherever you like. On Insta360, the histogram is tiny and fixed in place. Osmo's app just gives more information and better control. The price is also attractive. The Osmo 360 standard bundle costs $479. That's $70 less than the X5, which offers fewer features and lower video quality. DJI says it will launch in the US this fall, and it's already available in many other countries. Now, let's see what comes in the box if you buy the Adventure Combo. The packaging is clean and well designed. Inside, you get a 1.22 meter invisible selfie stick, a rubber lens protector, a pouch, a USB-C cable, an adapter mount, cleaning cloth, stickers, a battery case with 2 extra batteries, and of course the Osmo 360 itself. The build feels premium, just like other DJI products. Keep in mind that 8,000 in a 360 camera doesn't mean the same as 8K in a normal camera like Sony A1. Because of the way these lenses and sensors work, the actual resolution is around 6.6K. Still, it's sharp enough for most users. The Osmo 360 works with the DJI Osmo app on your phone. There's also a desktop version. The interface is user-friendly. You can add key points, track subjects, and change the view. You can also adjust the field of view, use gyro frame, or just drag around to explore the footage. It feels like you're the camera operator even after the video is shot. The screen always stays on. Even when the display dims to save battery, a small part stays active to show what's happening. In high bitrate, it records at 170 mbps. In standard mode, it's 140 mbps at 8030 fps. The closest focus is 30 centimeters. The stitching distance is 75 centimeters. There are a few downsides. First, the camera needs an ND filter. On sunny days, it captures too much light, so the shutter speed goes high. That kills motion blur. There are signs that DJI may release clip-on filters that won't require touching the lens. That would be great. The Mimo app also tries too hard to teach you everything. It forces you to tap and edit even when you don't want to. It needs a skip button. The app and desktop software still feel a little buggy, especially with tracking, not as smooth as Insta's app, but maybe future updates will fix that. The camera only takes APG photos in 360 mode. No RAW option yet. Even though it shoots 1.2 OMP photos, they are JPEG only and stitched in camera. In single lens mode, you do get RAW, hopefully. DJI will add RAW in 360 mode with a future update. Now for the wish list. It would be great to monitor audio using Bluetooth earbuds. Manual settings need more flexibility. For example, lock ISO, and let the shutter be automatic. The screen could be brighter. Right now it gets blocked by polarized sunglasses, which is odd in 2025. It would also help to have overexposure alerts directly on the camera screen, not just in the app. The biggest advantage of a 360 camera is freedom. You shoot first and frame later, it captures everything. Later, you can choose the angle you want. Whether you're on a bike, in a car, or just vlogging, it records it all. And then you pick the best part. This kind of creativity isn't possible with regular cameras, and here's a surprise. This camera is also great for podcasting. I actually started a podcast called Face to Face. It's where we talk about future trends and news. It's fun and casual. You can check it out if you're interested. So, to wrap it up, the Osmo 360 is a game-changing camera. It's powerful, smart, lightweight, and full of useful features. It performs better than the competition and costs less. Now, other brands will need to catch up. But what about you? Are you switching? Do you like 10-bit video? Do you like editing your own footage? Let me know in the comments. And just so you know, DJI did send me this camera. I made 2 sponsored short videos for them, but this review was not paid for. They didn't get to see it before you. This is our review. Just you and me. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified of new videos.